have big monster. This is not talking purposely.
Yeah.
We're not talking about
That's
that.
right. This is just an aside.
You know,
So,
but,
Fred, what's the name of your new company that you're selling generators
Yeah.
with?
Joe, you?
Couple of comments. One about the lithium phosphate bioenol batteries. You showed them being used to provide power to a ham radio. You need the right converter from the solar panel to the battery.
Yes, the
Yeah.
charge controller.
Right, the charge controller.
Yeah.
To use that. About the solar panel, you need the property that has no trees on it.
Yeah.
Well,
And the solar panels have to be kept clean. If they're covered with snow, they're not.
yeah, the when the snow, and that is a problem in the wintertime. The person I know has a flat roof, and he goes up there and he just brushes it off. They also, if there's a condition where you get a lot of dirt buildup, and some of these companies actually monitor all their installations, and they will tell you, you've dropped down 10%. You better hose off your panels because you're losing, you're not getting the electricity. So those are all considerations. And then on the series panels, you can have there's two types of series panels. Straight series, which have a problem if there's shading on a couple of panels, it can kill the whole thing. And then there's optimized, there are optimizers that you put on each panel that take care of that problem to some extent. There's a big argument in the industry. You'll see some companies saying, get micro inverters, which is an inverter that works on each one and they're put in parallel, or go to the series string and have a master inverter.
But then it's kind of like Christmas tree lights. You know, one goes, they all go.
Yeah.
Do any of them have heaters for the winter to melt the snow off of them?
I haven't heard of any that had heaters.
Well, that would be kind of counterproductive, wouldn't it?
Well, if you hot water running through it.
Well, here's the thing. From a standpoint of the science, having a system where you had hot water running through the back of the panel, you could have a terrifically efficient system, because you could use the panel to run a heat pump to take the heat out of the water and whatnot, and you could heat your house real cheap. But nobody's making systems. But from the science standpoint, that is a possibility.
So the answer is be real careful if you're going to try to put solar panels in your house.
I think it's just really early days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of these things, the purpose of this talk tonight isn't to tell you what you have to run out and do right away. We're trying to make you aware of what the sort of things that are happening, directions things are going in, and so that it's like, if I don't know how many people have well pumps that need replacing. Okay, but how many years old is yours again?
No, actually, I just replaced it.
Oh, did you get an electronic?
No.
Did you know about electronics?
No, I have a tank, and I like my tank. So.
Yeah. Well, as I say, the typical electronic one.
What is it?
Right now, what?
If it's not
But
electronic,
so he's talking about a tankless system that controls pressure
Yeah.
dynamically.
The motor itself is controlled electronically so as to spin at just the right speed. Typically,
To keep so much pressure.
yeah, and Grundfos makes one, and depending on circumstances, the same motor can be run at 3,000 or 10,000 RPM. And so the tankless system, it just produces a constant pressure, usually 60 to 60, well, more or less between 60 and 65. If you have a tank type system, you go between 30 and 60, or 20 and 40, or 30 and 50. You have on the tank type, sometimes you're running the thing where just before it clicks in, your shower starts to dribble a little, and then all of a sudden it kicks in and it starts working. I know about these things. So anyhow, the advantage is you get rid of the tank, and it's just like it becomes like city water. You just turn it on, it's always the same pressure. And supposedly, because the installation is a large part of the cost, going to the electronic system doesn't cost that much more. There are other places, ventilation fans. And in the HVA systems, there's a new type of motor called an ECM motor. And those take like 1/3 the power of the conventional motors. So you can, that's how they get the SEER high in the new HVA systems.
And ECM would be electronic countermeasure, so it also prevents missiles from landing?
Yes, it does. Yeah. Electronically controlled motor. But the thing is that that's a technology. Now, attic ventilator, an ECM attic ventilator takes 1/3 the electricity, so it only takes like 60 watts. The only trouble is it costs $300 instead of 100.
If you go to the electric pump versus the standard pump
Yeah.
for the well, is there a difference in life expectancy of the pump?
The life expectancy, that I don't know because these are new, and a lot of part of the life expectancy has to do with the quality of your well water. You know, how much grit is in there and whatnot. And it may, because the new ones have such a huge range of conditions that they can operate under, it may be that if your well isn't all that deep, that you can get 20 years or something. But at this point, we don't have the data. I wish I had known before the well crapped out to line up the pump. However, my new well pump is exact same motor usage, but it pumps 10 gallons for the same head that the old one was 7 gallons. So I got
horsepower on your foot valve?
the horsepower on the pump is, because this is a submergible pump. It's I think a half horsepower or something. It's a small one. Well, I have
How deep?
my well itself, the water sometimes comes out the top. It's either that or it's my neighbor's sewage, but
Which it might be, yeah.
You look pretty good to me though, Fred.
I mean, my son just bought a house, the well is 600 some odd feet down.
yes, and so he needs a much bigger well pump.
So far, he just bought it a couple weeks ago. It's working.
Yeah, did he have it checked as to what type of pump he